So you guys, today we're going to be going over a class called How's the Market? Real Estate Trends in the MLS. And what we've done as a training team is we've taken some of those really great portions of the system to show you how to leverage them to see how the market's doing, a market watch, seeing some stats, and even some trends. So today what we're going to be going over is we are going to go into the hot sheet search. There's lots of different ways you can leverage the hot sheet. There's a regular hot sheet and the hot sheet map. A tool that was released last year is that you can now even schedule these, which is really, really cool. It's kind of like an automated email. So I'll be showing you that. We will just briefly touch on searches. Within any search, you can pull Metro List stats. So I get a lot of questions about stats, and so I'm going to go through stats and some of the various different reports that we offer via, Prospector Plus. So we'll be going over that. Next, what we'll be doing is we're going to exit Prospector Plus or we'll stay in the system, but we're going to go up to Trend Vision, and I'm going to show you the Trends program. And it's a really fascinating tool. Again, so many different reports. There's even a lead capture form in there. So many things I'll absolutely be touching base on today. So let's go ahead, and I'm already logged into the system here. So here we are at the MLS dashboard. Now, first things first, I do want to show you, I am going to go ahead and launch Prospector Plus right here. But I want to also show you here under Agent Marketing Tools, hey, you can go right in here to Trends. So later on down the road, if you want to go ahead and you want to, jump in, you absolutely can. So really quickly, just a quick sound check. I think someone was stating that they cannot hear me. Am I coming in loud and clear, you guys? If you don't mind just sending me a chat or raising your hand, using a little raise hand feature, I would greatly appreciate it. Alita can hear me. Perfect. Thank you so much. I think everybody got their sound issues worked out. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and, thanks, Kristen. Appreciate you. So I'm going to go ahead and go right here to Prospector Plus, and let's go into the hot sheets. So this is loading. Hot sheets is something I have been teaching for a very long time. It is an amazing tool that you can leverage within the MLS. And you'll even see I have this module pulled up right here, and we'll talk about this. This is your saved hot sheets. So I can actually even move these modules. So since we're kind of focusing on, marketing and trends today, we're going to go here, and I just wanted to show this to you. So hot sheets are searches you use to kind of keep your finger on the pulse of the MLS and the market. So you can see these are various different ones. Some of them I've even scheduled. As you can see, I'll talk about this. There are some revision functions and whatnot. Now, so how do we add this to our home page? If you don't see your saved hot sheets module, maybe scroll down. It could be a possibility. It's at the bottom of this page. If you still don't see it, then here's what I would love for you to do. You're going to see here, and I'll use my highlighter. I know some of these buttons on the homepage are very small. So here's a little cog. And what this allows you to do here, if I click on it, it allows you to go into your dashboard settings. This will allow you to enable these, these modules. You can turn them on or off, and you can see here is your saved hot sheet. So if that is off, turn that one right on and then click save, and then you would see it on your home page. All right, so again, what is a hot sheet? A way to keep our finger on the pulse of the market. Let's go ahead and check out hot sheet right here. So we're going to go into searches, and the first one we're going to click on is just that hot sheet right under recent searches. Now, awesome thing about hot sheets is you can actually get very specific. I want to show you. So you're going to see here we have this date time. Now, right now, you'll notice we have date range, but we can also select days back, and I'll be doing that in a moment. I get a lot of questions of why would we do a date range? Well, maybe you are searching a very specific MLS area, and you want to see the changes from the exact date and time. from the last time you ran this search. Therefore, you don't see the same group of changes twice. Maybe you're looking up expireds. That is absolutely a way to leverage this, and so you can only see the most recent changes since, again, the last date and time you ran this. So just FYI. Now, hot sheets will go a maximum of 15 days back. That is the maximum amount of time back. So my little disclaimer, this is not the best search to solely look for active properties for a client. Really, again, I'd say slate it for a market watch. It's much more productive to use it in that fashion. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you how to use this as days back. Now I can come here and I can go, okay, well, let me go ahead and I want to look at an area for the last 72 hours. And hey, if any of you guys have an area, an MLS area that you would like me to look at, please feel free to type it into the chat. I love making this relevant to you guys, absolutely. So if you think about it as I'm going through the rest of this, please type in your area you'd like me to do a hot sheet in. All right, so next thing that I'm gonna do while you guys type in that area is I'm going to look at these changes to include. So what changes do I want to see today for the last 72 hours? Well, you know what? I'm going to actually leave, you're going to see here, leave blank for all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see new listings. I'm going to see the back on markets, price increases, reductions, contingents, pendings, closed, expireds, and inactives. Okay. So that is what we're going to take a peek at today. Now, another thing that you are not going to see me do today for this particular example, and of course I could get much more specific, but I am not going to choose statuses. And let me share with you why. So new listings, for instance, right here, and I know it's hidden a little bit, but new listings, those can absolutely be active, right? New listings could be contingent. They could be temporarily off the market, meaning hold. They could be pending. They could have gone pending right away, but still been a new listing. Okay, generally not closed, but absolutely canceled for sure, or duplicate canceled. So that was just a property that was in more than one property type, and they had to, cancel both. So you guys, I do not select statuses if I want to see all the changes within these individual statuses. And again, I know the example will net that out clearly for you. So someone put El Dorado Hills. Thank you so much. Today, what I'm going to do is, this is the last 72 hours, and let's go ahead and I'm going to type in El Dorado Hills. And I love doing that. Now I can use this lookup icon, right? I can click this and I could have gone into El Dorado and I could have clicked El Dorado Hills. But since I knew that area only had one MLS area code, I was able just to type it in, saves me a little bit of time. Now I'm going to see all property subtypes under residential currently with the way I have it set up. So if I do a preview count, which I love doing before I, start to run my hot sheet, I can see that there are 36 listings. So again, my criteria, I'm looking for the last 72 hours. I'm looking at all changes. I don't have statuses selected because, again, I want to see all those changes in any status, which is why I left them blank. I'm only looking at residential. Now, if I want to check single family residence, let's see if that 36 changes. It doesn't. So everything currently right now is a SFR, single family residence. Now let's take a peek at something else. What if I go, okay, I want to go from 3 days and I want to go, actually, I want to see the last week. And again, if I do another preview count, you can see I have 66 changes or listings. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I am going to view results. By the way, you can pull up a maximum of 500 listings at one time. So just a heads up, and a big part of why I always do a preview count. Now I could also save or schedule this hot sheet, or save and schedule this hot sheet right from this page. You'll also notice is after we click search or view results, we'll be able to do the same process. Okay, so here we have save and schedule. Now, let's take a peek at El Dorado Hills. So, and you're going to notice right off the bat why I did not just set it, just a couple statuses. So look at this, 17 new listings. I can see this one is pending. Okay, I can see this one's on hold. That is the last week. That is what has occurred. Okay. So yes, 500, not 75. So you can pull up 500 listings. Okay, so here, back on market, I have 7 back on markets. Again, why I didn't choose statuses, I wanted to see all the ones that were back on market, no matter what status they fell within. So I can see 2 price decreases. I can see 19 pendings, and I want to show you something. Look at this, was pending during that 7 days, but it came back onto the market. So it's telling you that it was pending, but it also came back onto the market. Now let's go to the next page. So you have, and you can view right now, 50 listings per page. So to get to the next group of listings, we will have to move forward a page. So I'm going to go to the next group and let's take a peek at those. I have 14 closed, okay? And I can see 3 expired, and I can see 4 that are inactive. So again, what this is telling you is that this was inactive. So it was either hold or pending, and you're going to see here, hold is considered an inactive status. So really, again, amazing tool, and it incredibly nets out your market and what exactly is occurring. Now, what if we want to save this and we want to run it periodically, or we want to schedule a search? We can absolutely do that. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Schedule. Now here, I can save this as a saved hot sheet. So if I want to call this El Dorado, I can. You can really name this whatever you'd like. Or what I can do is I can go down here to the lower, okay, right-hand corner, and you're going to see here, I can schedule this. Now I can do a daily or a weekly schedule. So if I want to get this once a day, you're going to see it actually puts in a default subject. And now I could do, listing, if I want to jar my memory as to what this is, latest listing activity, El Dorado Hills. So I'm going to put EDH. I can put a start and an end time. I could put a time of day that it comes to me or to a client. So I can go, okay, I want to, I want to get this first thing in the morning. So let's say, 7 a.m. I'm gonna have it come at 7 a.m. first thing in the morning. Now I can automatically have it sent to myself or even additional recipients. And now I'm my own best or worst client, however you want to look at it, you guys. Okay, so I'll send this to myself just so you can see. Now, once I click save, I have that hot sheet, El Dorado, and it's absolutely scheduled. It is going to pull up once a day and is going to show me all the changes within the last week. It's going to show me all changes, all statuses, residential, all property subtypes for El Dorado Hills. So, which is amazing. Now, a question I get frequently is, I love that it pulls up a whole area, but what if I wanted to just do a hot sheet in a very specific neighborhood? Can I do it on a map? Well, yeah, you absolutely can. So here, if I go to searches and I go to hot sheet map, what I can do next is I can leverage a map to run a market watch on. So you're going to see usually, and this was the last place that I taught at, which was in Grass Valley, Nevada County, which is why my map is pulled up to this location. But let's say here, if I left click and pan, I can move this map to wherever I would like it to show to. Or what if I just wanted to put in El Dorado Hills, okay? And you're going to see it's going to pull up El Dorado Hills, California, and it navigates right to that area, which is beautiful. It has this little card that pulls up that, basically puts a marker on the map for me. I could edit this label. I have some routing functions, which we teach in another class, a little neighborhood report, or you can even add a radius around this. Today, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. I'm using the wheel on my mouse to zoom in, okay? And how about this? Let's go ahead and we are going to do a market watch in a part of this map here. So let's go ahead and pick this area right here. So I'm going to click draw, and probably for this particular area between El Dorado Hills Boulevard and Silva Valley Parkway, we're going to use this, what is called a freeform shape. It allows me to use my mouse like a pencil. So I'm going to click on this, and I am going to drag here. So Green Valley Road, Silva Valley Parkway. I'm going to go down. And yes, I know I'm not drawing this perfectly. I will tell you a little tip: if you don't start and stop a lot, if you just keep your hand moving with your wireless mouse, your shapes are a little bit better, but I'm no Picasso. So, all right. So here, maybe I want to fix this, okay? I can, once I draw, edit. And if I click on the shape here, you'll see these are handles. You know, I can zoom in and I can go, okay, I want to make sure I don't miss any changes. I want to see what's going on, and I want to make sure that, you know, I have all these little handles dragged out exactly to where they need to be. So it is really nice if you do need to come back in here and edit the shape that you created, you absolutely can. And that goes for the regular map search as well. Now, what search criteria do we currently have? Well, you're going to see if I click search criteria here along the right, I'm gonna have a date range, and so I'm gonna actually just go the maximum number of days back. If I'm picking a very small neighborhood such as this, or small-ish, I know it's not small, but if I'm picking a more finite area, I am gonna go the maximum number of days back, or I might not see any changes. Just heads up for you guys. Now I have all changes deselected, so I see all of them. I have residential. Okay, I'm not choosing any statuses. And I'm going to leave it at that. Once I click show results, I can see here there's one sold, there's one pending, and this means there's two properties. They're too close together to map them individually. Okay, so you can see those changes, they're occurring within that farm or market area. But imagine, maybe this is where you're holding an open house, where you just listed a property you just sold, or maybe you want to take a peek at your own neighborhood and see what the changes are. This is absolutely a fantastic tool for that. Now, one of the last things I want to share with you is if I go here to displays, this is where I can go in and I can see the hot sheet on a regular search results page and not just view it on a map. So again, I'm going to displays and I'm going to click hot sheet standard. And you're going to see here I have all those properties. Now, I'm going to uncheck this. It seems like the grouping didn't group properly. So I'm going to go here and you're going to see if I click change type and drag that up, now I can see, you know, one pending, one back on market, or excuse me, one new listing, one back on market, two pending, two closed, and one expired. So again, this was expired within that 15 days, but it must have come back on the market and they were able to close it out. That's what that's telling you. Same thing here, you can save or schedule this hot sheet, which is fantastic. So take advantage of them, you guys. Set these up in your own farm or market areas. They are a phenomenal tool that, you know, I do feel that are a little underused in the MLS. So that is your two hot sheet searches. Now, if you do schedule them, you're going to be able to see that in your saved hot sheet. So here's that one that I created for El Dorado. And you're going to see here every day, look at that, for the next year at 7 a.m. Now, again, I can always come in here and revise this at any point in time. Another way that you can revise your hot sheets and the schedule for the hot sheet is here under searches. You'll even see that they have a little menu item for your saved hot sheets as well. So if I click on that, you're going to see here, it's going to open up this module. It looks very familiar, right? It's a kind of a miniaturized version of what you see down here. And at the top, this link here, Manage Saved Hot Sheet Searches, will take you into this a page that allows you to come in and run, revise, delete. Look, I can even come in here and rename. If I did on the Citrus Heights Market Watch, if I did want to set up a schedule, you can see this is not set up currently because it's not green, but I could click on that little white schedule button and I could set this up to be on a particular schedule. Absolutely. So it really allows you to come in and make lots of modifications to all of these hot sheets and hot sheet searches at one time, which is really, really nice. Any modifications you make, all you have to do is this upper left-hand corner, it's save and refresh, and it'll apply those to the system. Okay, so those are your hot sheets. The next thing I want to talk about is, our searches here. Now, one thing I want to make clear is that we can run statistics from every single one of these searches, okay? The most important part is running it from the search screen, and I'm going to show you. I don't have time to run stats from every single search today, but we're going to go ahead and leverage standard search, and I want to show you exactly how to do this. Now, again, remember, maximum number of properties you can pull up at one time is 500. Okay, so I absolutely want to run stats from this page. So let's go ahead and run a statistics search. So here, again, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my criteria. Residential, single family residence. I am going to choose statuses for this today. I want to look at active, pending, and closed. And now closed automatically goes 6 months back. That is the default system-wide. Of course, I could change that. I can either click on the calendar or I can modify it manually by clicking in this field. Now here, down a little bit lower, I have areas and districts. So let's go ahead and we're going to run some stats in a particular area. So I'm going to click here and let's go ahead and click on Sacramento. And let's look at Citrus Heights. So there are two areas in Citrus Heights, 10610 and 10621. I'm going to click OK. And again, let's do a preview count. So you're going to see here, and I just wanted to reiterate this. Okay, I have 631. Maximum viewable results is 500. So right now, I wouldn't be able to pull up these statistics from a search results page because it wouldn't allow me to move on. But what I can do is from this search screen, I can actually click statistics right here. And I can pull all 631 of those properties from Citrus Heights, those two areas, into a statistical format. So let's take a peek. So here's statistics. So this is just right off the bat, sharing the criteria that I use to pull these stats by. I can see number of active listings, I can see the number of pending, and in the last 6 months, 482 closed. Okay, if there's an other, it's probably one of the active contingents. That's where that's falling to. Now I can see the aggregate stats right here, aggregate statistics. So I can see minimum, average, median, and maximum. Bedrooms, bathrooms, square feet, approximate lot size acres, approximate lot size square footage, year built, listing price per square foot, so on and so forth. It's a really great report that's giving us an overall feel of those stats. Now, something else that I could do. Here at the upper, you're seeing right-hand side of the page is, well, I could see the statistics only, or I could look at charts. It's giving you the same information in a chart view. So I can see the number of active, pending, closed, or other. I can see bedrooms to bathrooms, minimum, average, median, maximum. And they allow this because sometimes these charts, depending upon how your client views information, help them understand a little more. So you're going to see here, it breaks down all the same information, but in a graph and chart status or display. So here, if I'm going to go, I can see statistics and charts. It combines the two together. So I can print or email these. You'll see that's in the upper left-hand corner. Now, I have another option, and I want to show you a few different reports that you can pull out of here. And absolutely want you to be able to go in and you definitely look at some of these in your own time. I won't have time to go over all of them today, but I'm going to click on print here. Oops, excuse me. I meant reports. I got a little carried away there. I'm going to click reports, and I want to show you the different reports you have access to. So a lot of these sound really similar. There are definite differences. So let's go ahead, and I want to show you a few of these. Area market survey by area. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click submit. And it is going to pull up this great little report that is going to break out both of those areas. Again, I love that it has the search that you use to pull this by. It has for active listings, you're going to see the price range, the quantity, the average days on market, and then it has this whole summary price information. And you're going to see that for each and every status. So you're going to see this is the active listings. Okay, and here, so between 450 and 599, that is the largest quantity of listings that are active currently in Citrus Heights. Now, if I scroll down, I can see the same thing for contingent right here, also for pending. Okay. Now let's look at closed. This is really interesting. So, no, you're the best. So here I can see the closed, the quantity, the average days on market, right? This is what we really want to see is the closed. So the largest number of properties that are closing in this particular area of Citrus Heights, again, I can see 54, and it's that 450 for 499 range. And I can see here that 500 through 549 range. Of course, there's 31 in the range above those and 34 in the range below. But this is showing you kind of what the price points and what things are selling for. I can also see pretty low days on market. Look at this, 17, 15, 18, and 18 for those price points. And then your summary price information. Let me erase this and we're going to go down now. Okay, here is the next area. So this is the other area of Citrus Heights. Look at 10621. You will be able to see and view all the same information for the active, the pendings, and the closed listings. And again, you can see here for these two areas, look at, if I'm going to go down here, that is again where everything's closing for 15 and 14 days on market. Sorry, it highlighted the one above it. Okay. So question, are the numbers at the bottom the average? Yes. So you're going to see average days on market. Okay. This is total quantity of listings. Now, let me show you down below. This will combine both of those areas together. And how do I know that? Look at right here. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down and you're going to see here, it is giving you a summary of both areas together. So in a place like Citrus Heights, that might really work out well, right? Because I have two areas. I want to see what one area is doing the other, and then I can bring them both together and again, show your buyers, use this in a listing presentation. Truly, there's so many different ways you can use these amazing stats. Now I can print the page off or even open this as a PDF. So there are many other reports. What I would like you to do when you have time is I want you to go through these. I will show you one last one. This is a report and you'll see why in a moment, that I actually get the most phone calls about. I get calls from not only agents, but office managers and brokers wanting to see agent ranking, or agents wanting to see office ranking. How cool is that, right? We always want to know this stuff. So if I go here, here's your ranking report. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click submit. I always love sharing this one. This one's fun. Now I can show these properties, okay? And remember, if I change just one area, the ranking will change, right? If I changed a price point or a property type, the ranking may change. But remember, I have residential, I have all property subtypes, I have Citrus Heights, both areas, okay? So it's pretty generalized information for Citrus Heights. But I can rank by either office, company, or agent. I can decide what closed counts include and co-agent credit. Of course, there are so many different scenarios you can pull here. I will let you play with those on your own time. I can also sort these by dollar volume or number of transactions. So the one thing that we are generally the most curious about is our competition, right? So let's look at agent. And by the way, you can decide to only include agents from your office. That was a new feature that they added a little while back. Okay, so again, I have various different options with closed counts or co-agent credit. I'm going to just display the top 10, but I could display, the top 50 if I want. And I can click submit here. And you're going to see for this particular area, for the criteria, again, remember the criteria we have at the top, these are the top agents in those areas. So I can see listed, closed, total, volume, average, and the percentage. So I know all of you are going to go run this later, right? So, but really a cool way to pull a ranking, whether it's office, company, or agent. Okay. So those are just a few of your different statistical reports. Remember, initially, you can come back here and play around with that summary as well. Oh, girl, you are hyping me up. I love it. Love it. So here, I'm going to click back, and this will take us back to our search. So what if then we wanted to see stats for Citrus Heights, but we wanted to see with just like, 4-bedroom homes? You guys can absolutely do that. Or you wanted to just see things within a particular square footage range, maybe 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, same criteria. Remember, you can go through and do all these different scenarios. I could probably run enough scenarios for us to be in here for a few hours. So have fun playing with your stats. I think that's an amazing tool. Absolutely a great part of the system you can leverage. Remember, my tip here, trainer tip, pull stats from a search screen, because the maximum number you can pull at one time is 500. And generally, if we're searching active, pending, and closed, we're going to pull more than 500 results. Any search you can pull statistics from. Even if you wanted to go into the map and you wanted to pull stats from the map, you absolutely can. So keep that in mind when you're playing around with this. And hey, little extra tip here. If this is not something that you want to type in over and over again, you just want to periodically come in and see stats, you may have to change the close date, but you could click save here, and I could put, CH stats. And that way I can go into searches, save searches, I can run this, I'm saving myself some time, right? Because I'm not having to plug in that criteria over and over and over again. Okay, so that is the last little bit on stats. And I pulled that again from a standard search for today, right from our search screen. Now, the last 20-ish minutes or so, I'm going to spend on trends. So let's go ahead and click trends here. Trends has been a part of the program here for quite some time now. It's an amazing little tool. I love it. Remember, you can get 2 trends from the MLS dashboard, okay? or you can get to trends when you're in Prospector Plus. You notice that I didn't go back to the home page to click on trends. But no matter where I am within the system, as long as I don't want to save this, right? I can go to trends here and it's going to automatically pull up for me. Or again, I can go right back to the MLS dashboard and pull trends. So just a little FYI for you. It does open in a separate window, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that and let's pull up some trends. Now, what you're going to notice immediately when you come in here is you're going to see here, it automatically pulls up the entire MLS. Okay, and I am seeing here the trends from November of 2020, you're seeing here all the way to January of 2022. So I'm taking a peek at that currently. Let's go ahead here, and if I click on this drop down, something that we integrated last year is if you want to pull trends in Bay Area Real Estate Information Services. That is one of our reciprocal partners. Their data now feeds into Prospector Plus. You can do trends within that MLS. Also, I could do that just in San Francisco if I like as well. So just wanted to point that out. Now, this is something that is popular. You know, I see a lot of agents and appraisers alike running different trend reports. And if you want to do multi-regional trend reports, let's say Sacramento, Placer, and El Dorado counties combined, you can do that right from here by clicking that. So I unchecked all MetroList MLS areas combined, and I just clicked Sac, Placer, El Dorado. It's as simple as that. If I click Show Chart now, it is going to show me the chart for those 3 areas. Now I could do trends by zip code. You see here I could search by city. I also can come in here and plug in property types. I definitely am going to go through all this, you guys. I can pick a particular, again, price point or period of time to search by. You're seeing this predefined date range that I'm currently pulling up. So November 2020 to January 2022. But I could do a 6 to 25 period custom date range if I'd like. I can pull trends by square footage, so on and so forth. One little tip on here. If you start using this like we do searching, where I'm trying to drill down and drill down and drill down, you will eventually make very meaningless trends. Keep that in mind. I would, if I'm just searching for properties within a particular square footage range, I would just leverage that tool. Don't plug in a price point or anything to that effect. Or if I'm trying to just see trends within properties with a particular acreage or bedrooms, I would just specifically focus on that. I've absolutely so many times talked to agents that plugged in a little too much, and again the trends just start getting very, very skewed. So let's go ahead here. One thing I want to kind of look at a broad market, so we can actually see the last. You're going to see again from 2020 to 2022 what the trends have looked like. But let's look at something here. Okay, what if I wanted to see, I'm looking at all right now, but what if I want to see a monthly period? And again, I just want to look at, how about the last 3 years? This is a simple search, but again, that's kind of trends are a little more simplistic when you plug in criteria. Now I'm going to click Show Chart at the top. And again, we're looking at all of our counties. Look at how much the market has changed in 3 years, right? I love giving this broad perspective. This is also great to share with your consumers, your clients, you guys, because you can see here, this is going back all the way to 2019. Look at the difference in the number of properties for sale versus sold and pended. Look at from 2019 to, you can see here, 2022. Even in the beginning of 2020, so we can see when things started to shift, right? So, which is really fascinating to look at. I get asked frequently, Melissa, what does pended mean? Pended means that a property went from active to pending or from pending to close. It was pended during that point in time, hence the name. Now, down below, I can see these percentage change tables. And look at, I can see current versus previous month. So you're going to see here for sale between, you can see January of 22 to December of 21. I can see it was down by 1%. The number of sold, look at that, down 28.8%. Number of pended properties up 10%. Current versus same month a year ago. And again, I can see the percentage change. Current versus same quarter a year ago, right here. Current versus same month 3 years ago. Look at that, the number of properties for sale down 67%. Okay, super fascinating information. Now I can also look at today's stats. Okay, current versus previous month to date, and it's giving you the range here, so you can see what those ranges are comparing to. I can see current versus same month to date a year ago. Okay, and you can see current versus previous year to date. Some interesting information here. Now the data table is going to be extensive because of the time frame I selected. And you're going to see the number of properties for sale, new listing, sold, pended. These charts here will change depending upon the criteria you plug in. All right, I did want to kind of show you just a broad scale market. Let's go ahead and do something a little more recent, right? So how about I'm going to do all again, and let's just do here. Excuse me here. Oop. How about we're just going to do the last 15 months. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. You're going to see it's processing here. And so again, here is, let me go ahead and click on this. Here we go. Okay, so here is the last 15 months. Now, if I ever get curious, maybe my charts, the bars are looking really big, the numbers are looking very skewed. You guys, I can always come to this summary here at the upper, you're seeing left-hand side of the screen, and see exactly what criteria I plugged in. Now, what if we want to get more specific than all MLS areas? I can absolutely go down here to any one of these areas and select it. You can see everything is in alphabetical order right here. So if I wanted to go down here, and let's go ahead, and since we were playing around with it earlier, we're going to do Citrus Heights again. Because I am searching by city, that is why you don't see the two MLS areas broken out. So I'm going to click Show Chart again, and you're going to see one more time it is going to be modified, because now we're getting a little more focused into just the Citrus Heights region. Okay. Now, can I combine regions? Yes, I could. I could have gone in here and I could have put in Carmichael and Fair Oaks and Orangevale if I'd like as well. But here's Citrus Heights. Okay. And again, so you're seeing the numbers do change a bit, right? So I can see current versus previous month. I can see the changes. For sale, sold, and pended are all a downturn. You can see current versus same month, so on and so forth. Okay. I can even see the today's statistics. So this is just showing you here, okay, the current versus previous month to date, current versus same month to date a year ago, and I can see current versus previous year to date. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to click here. You're going to see there are lots of different scenarios you can pull. Depending upon what you're trying to convey will depend upon the scenario you select. I'm going to share something with you. This highlight is a great cheat sheet and will allow you to talk about these. So I can see here for December of 2021, it was a seller's market. And that was just the time frame I selected, you guys, down below. Of course, I could have picked a different time frame. Homes closed in December of 2021, 76 units. Okay, if I want to come back through here and I want to change this, I can also do this custom range. So let's go ahead and do that. So how about we'll do, how about we'll do August of 2021 to, let's see here. The most updated is January 2022 right now. You might be wondering why they don't have February information or all February information in here as of yet. Well, the reason being is because they have to, they go and they capture late reported sales. So that should be updated fairly soon within the system, but currently you're just seeing January. So you're seeing as I drill down, okay, we're getting much larger bar graphs. So keep that in mind here when you're playing around with this. Okay, so you can see here I definitely limited my period of time. Now, if I want to go here and I want to look at average price per square foot, and I can see here, look at from August to January, it is absolutely increased. And again, I can see square footage is appreciating. It's up 1.2% compared to last month. Another cheat sheet that we'll like to talk about these is this quick guide, okay? So if you ever, again, want a little more detail, I love these little quick guides. I love the market highlights. They are such really amazing tools. Now, days on market, sold price versus list price percentage. Everything is selling above 100%. You can see here. So you're going to see here selling price versus original list price, 103% above original list price, 15 days on market. 103% of original list price, 17 days on market. 101%, 15 days on market. Again, if I scroll down here and I want to see some different charts, I can. Maybe I just want to see selling price and list price. But again, still over 100% of list price. There are lots of different scenarios you can pull from. If I want to just do average days on market, it's going to be the same thing. You know, things have been selling so quickly, clearly, that this shows that. You'll notice every time I change these charts, the charts below, these two in particular, do modify. This large chart will always stay the same per the criteria you plugged in here to the left. Now here's average price for sale and sold. You know, I've been through the short sale market. It was very fascinating to look at these trends at that point in time. I will tell you, the for sale and the sold were never this close together, which is incredible, okay? So again, I can see average price for sale and sold. I can even see median price sold. If I want to come in here and I want to see average prices and median price, I can have that all displayed on one chart. You have your beautiful market highlight. Again, breaking down all the information for you. And you even have your quick guide. Now, lastly is your months of inventory. Okay, so this is months of inventory for this particular area based on closed sales. And again, here, if I want to see here about months of inventory, there's two kinds of months of inventory as follows: months of inventory based on closed sales. Okay, so the number of properties for sale divided by the number of properties sold, or months of inventory based on pended sales. The number of properties for sale divided by the number of properties pended. And then again, it's going to show you how to use that report here. This is going to share with us what a buyer's and a seller's market is. So a buyer's market is, or a seller's market is less than 3 months of inventory. Buyer's market is more than 6. Neutral is 3 to 6 months. We are definitely still absolutely in a seller's market. Now, something else that you can do, it's the inverse of months of inventory, is absorption rate. How much of the market is being absorbed or sold? It is incredible, you guys. 244%. And you're going to see here absorption rate based on closed sales. Now, again, if I want to see the quick guide, and again, how they determine absorption rate, it walks through the exact process and the formula. Okay. So, which is really, really awesome. So again, you're going to see here just a quick definition. Rate of absorption measures the inverse of months of inventory and represents how much of the current active listings as a percentage are being absorbed, sold, or pinned each month. Absorption rate is presented as a percentage of the current inventory. Now, I'm going to share with you, these graphs really do tell a story of a market. I think they're very complementary to each other all together. There are so many different ways you can use this for buyers and for sellers. I like sharing this one little story that was a real scenario, and I have quite a few, but I'll share this one for today. It was days on market and list price here. So I had an agent, and they had a client that was buying in the Sacramento area, I believe they were selling in the Fab 40s area. And they sold their home, and they were both incredibly bright people. I believe one was an engineer and the other one was CPA, something to that effect. Both definitely numbers people, right? Analytical. And what happened was they wanted to buy in Davis in a new subdivision, and this was quite a few years ago. Well, and it was a different market, but still that subdivision was highly desirable. What was happening is they were offering below list price, some weird percentage, the agent told me. It was like 1.342%, only something that an engineer and a CPA would do, right? Below list price. Well, guess what? That agent took this report and said, if you want to purchase that property, this is what properties are selling for. They're going for 103% of the original list price, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. Well, that right there helped them make the right offer. And they ultimately ended up getting into that beautiful subdivision they wanted to purchase in. So that is just one way I've seen this utilized. Again, I've had a lot of agents share stories with me over the years. That's just a fun one that I like to share. Now, some other ways that I see this used. We can email out this information. You'll see when I click email here in the upper left-hand corner, okay, it is going to allow us to email. I can pick which reports I want to send. Do I want to, do I want to do months of inventory, or do I just want to do a few of these? I can select or deselect. Do I want to include the market highlight, that little graph that showed below, or the little chart that showed below the initial graph? You know, some of the agents won't include that large data table. They like to print it out and go over it with their clients because it's a lot of information. And, I get told that your clients won't look at it without you generally. Okay, do you want to include the percentage change summary table? You can add your name and all that information, and even a customized note. Now, I've had a lot of agents print or save these. You know, even in my a neighborhood I used to live in, you guys, and the agent didn't know I lived there, but they saved a graph, and it was this one per my neighborhood. And I can absolutely see what was for sale, sold, and pinned it. And it was so great. It was on a postcard. I generally don't come in here and run trends in my own neighborhood, but it was an awesome marketing piece, truly. It was so cool. I was very impressed by it. And it's fun kind of seeing things come full circle for me. I don't always get those in my mail. So I thought that was a very clever way to do it. I know a lot of you have incorporated those into presentations and whatnot. Feel free. Now, I want to show you something here. This market summary is phenomenal. And I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to click market summary. And what it does is it takes this exact search that you just did and it puts it into a report format. You can bind this nicely, present it at an open house, use it for door knocking, mail it to your clients. I have literally had agents come back to me and said this is what helped them get the listing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to plug in my agent ID, and I want to show you what this looks like. Now, why am I plugging in my agent ID? Well, because it plugs in all my information from Prospector Plus. I would say under title, put your company name. If I can spell, that would help. Okay, You're going to see phone number, email, website. I could put my website. I could put something else in here if I wanted to. It pulls your photo in from Prospector Plus. I'm going to go here to Market Summary, right from here, and I'm going to click on it. And here we go. Look how quick and easy that was. Lovely Miss Audrey Hepburn at the top. All my information. January is seller's market. I can see those charts. It looks like something I spent all day working on. It breaks out all those charts and graphs. I can see average sold price per square footage is appreciating. I absolutely love it. It takes literally 15 seconds to create this really amazing report that you can share with your clients. I oftentimes tell agents, hey, use this to market yourself. It is that cool. I love it. It's your market summary. So whatever you have selected here, whatever charts you currently have selected from these tabs is what will pull into your market summary for you to utilize. Again, I have had agents put that at an open house, and guess what? Maybe the client doesn't, or maybe the walk into your open house doesn't, isn't interested in the house, but they take this nice report with them, and it has all your information all over it with what the market's currently doing. That is so cool, right? Again, I've had agents use it door knocking. I've had agents go to different fairs and have it set on a table. And people come up and they're impressed by it, take it with them, and then contact the agent later. Again, so much positive feedback from that little report. It's been incredible. The last thing in here I want to show you is the post to web. So here you can actually take this information, these charts, and you can post this to a website if you'd like. You can even include a lead generation form within it if you want to. Now you're going to see here, what do I want to choose? And maybe I just choose a standard template. Again, please come in here and play around with this. Do I want it to expire? Maybe not. I will tell you, if you post this to your website, it will update monthly for you automatically. If I do get a lead from this, where do I want the lead sent to? Well, of course, to my email. Do I want to include the market highlight? Yep, absolutely. I'm going to click continue here. And this is what the preview looks like. Now, I will share with you, this is where the lead capture comes from, right? Well, here, okay? So that is where you will get that lead capture from, just FYI for you, once you share this. So how do I share it? How do I embed it? So if I go down here, I'm going to click continue. It does want you to click, I have read and agreed to the terms of use. I'm going to click continue again. And then here, I can embed the code in my web page or other component of an online program you're using, or I can link this. I even have agents link this, websites, blogs, Facebook, social media, even to their own email. Under their signature line, you guys, you can absolutely link this. It is phenomenal. So please check out that post to web and that lead form. All right, that was trends. Well, we are a minute over. I apologize. I never try to go over time. So this is what we covered today, you guys. We went into the hot sheet search, showed you how to leverage that, how to schedule that. We ran a regular hot sheet, and we ran a hot sheet on a map. I talked about how you can pull stats from any search. And remember, from a search screen, please, please, please pull up your stats. Because again, if you're picking a pretty vast area, you have more than 500 results, you guys, doing it from the search screen is really important. We went in and looked at some charts. There's some reports you can pull up. Have fun playing around with those. Lastly, we went into trends and we looked at all of those different tabs. Key to trends is trying not to plug in too much criteria along the left, making your trends not as useful to you. But there's all of those tools in there that you can leverage, you guys. Remember your quick tips, your reports, you can print and use that for marketing. Absolutely. The trends, those tabs as a whole really do paint a market vision and what's currently going on. All right, you guys. Hey, really I so much appreciate your time. Thank you for your time today, you guys. Here is the information for the Metro West Education Department. So the phone number and email.